Today's May 8th of 2013. I'm going to bring you an overview of the summer of 2013 that I'm going to label the wet and wild summer of 2013 because all the water signs will have planets transiting in them, and we're going to be dealing then from the depths or from water or the deeply emotional state that the water represents in astrology. Each water sign, as we progress, Cancer is the first of the water signs, Scorpio is the second, and then of course, Pisces is the third. Each water sign is a little tougher to deal with as we got to get deeper into the psyche or the soul to understand it. And so know that, when Cancer, it's where we're very emotional. We can tap quickly into our past, tap quickly into what was. We hold on to things because we do recognize there's importance to them. Things that we're fond of or things that can easily be dealt with or usually in the sign of Cancer. And so, when we deal with a lot of planets in here, it's a lot of us tapping into our most recent past, or the soul lessons that we pretty much figured out, and we can then use for our own good, tap into them and bring them into the awareness and use them. You find wherever Cancer or the Moon is, you're probably pretty good in that house or in that sign. That with that which the moon falls at birth, and you're very fond of those things as well. So because Jupiter's getting ready to go into Cancer in late June, this is going to expand all this. So we're going to be longing for things. We're going to get back to what was, or get back to what we know and what is familiar and what makes us feel safe and home and secure. So know that with Jupiter transiting there, there's going to be a huge opportunity for this to happen. Also this summer, Venus is going to transit there in June, and then Mars, the Sun, of course, Mercury, and then the Moon will be there as well. So we're going to have a lot of things happening in Cancer, and a lot of things that we're going to long for, a lot of things that we're going to want to bring into the awareness and then bring into realization because we feel like it's right and we know it's right. So you're going to find a lot of people attached and really going after what they know is right and what they think is right because Cancer is going to be so loaded in June and July with planets. Now, because Jupiter is so slow moving, it's going to be there for a year. I want you to find Cancer and know that Jupiter is going to now expand this house wherever it fell natally for you. When we go to the next of the water signs, which will be Scorpio, this is where it gets a little tougher because these are the lessons that are deep seated within us, but we haven't quite figured it out. We've dealt with them for many lifetimes. We dealt with them to a very serious level, but we didn't quite figure it out, and so our ego stopped us. So when you get to Scorpio and planets transiting there, then this is where the ego limited us in some way. We thought we had the answer, we thought we understood, but the ego kind of took over and it limited us in some way, shape, or form. So when we have to deal with Scorpio, then it's where the ego has to dissolve. And these are soul lessons that we try to hide the most from people because it's where we have to actually admit maybe we were wrong, or maybe we were the reason that something didn't work, or we were the reason that the limitations happened. Okay. Saturn's transiting there, has been transiting there since last year, late summer, fall last year, and Saturn is the call to duty. So we're all facing these lessons that our ego caused some type of limitation, and it's what we try to hide the most. So we're all dealing with this. The last time Saturn transited Scorpio was in 83 to 85. So you're dealing with what happened in 83 to 85. If you're old enough to, be in control or at least in charge of what was going on in your life in 83 to 85, here's a repeat. So get ready by house, and in the natal chart, you want to go by house, of course, to look for the sign of Scorpio. Saturn was there last in 83 to 85. Now here's where I'm going to throw a little bit out of what I think is coming. If you remember, the AIDS virus emerged. They've really made sexuality emerge. It's everywhere. It's getting worse and worse. And I think they're going to pull the big whammy on us here as Saturn continues to transit and all these water signs being affected this summer. There's going to be another AIDS type virus emerge. So watch for that. It's going to be more devastating because we're all heightened in our evolutionary stage, and they need to take control because this thing's falling apart at the seams. And I'll talk more about that in a minute. But watch for an AIDS type virus or some type of illness through that's sexually transmitted that's going to really like put the clamp down on people and probably going to do some people in. So watch for that. And then also watch as Saturn being in Scorpio, we have to deal with our own mortality here. So watch for people really finding what matters to them and truly learning to live here, and just getting to the core of what matters, of that life and death scenario of what makes you live, and then what can you do with that? What can you end? And you're going to really start, that separation is going to happen. You're really going to start figuring that out. Now the eclipses are also here, and I talk a lot about eclipses. Eclipses are where it's the universe kind of telling us all, you're ready, and you're ready for me to inject energies, or inject an event, or inject ideas into your awareness to evolve. And when eclipses go through Scorpio and Taurus, it's about evolution at its finest. Now remember, Scorpio is where the North Node is. So this is where we got to open to the universe and open to something new, to coming into our awareness. And so with Scorpio holding that North Node, remember Scorpio rules inheritance, other people's values, other people's money, other people's kind of things, or other people's ideas and beliefs that we allow into our field to make our awareness or our value hopefully more. But a lot of times we limit that and we let others in our life because we don't then filter it through who we are and what we are, and then emerge with, yes, what they brought us, but how we understood it, what we know, and we blended the two. So this is what we've got to do, and this is going to be the key here. Know that because the South Node's holding Taurus, this is why the money situation's completely fallen apart. They did this on purpose. Taurus is our value system. They know that when the South Node comes here, it's a huge chance to. Taurus is where we value ourselves or what our worth is, and they know they can minimize that or take as much as they can. And so that's why the reality of money has emerged, that it really isn't worth anything, and the whole thing's a complete and total lie. The monetary system, the currency systems are valueless. The only thing that gives them value is us working, and then working for that currency. So the sooner all of us know that, the better we're all going to be, and the better and more that we can then get things of true value back in line that can sustain the test of time. So we're working on that now. Now remember also that because Scorpio's evolution and death and rebirth, things are going to have to end here. And if you truly know what brings life to you and what life is, and you truly know what you need to get rid of, it'll make this transition easier. Anything you hold on to in the Scorpio field that is no longer good for you in your evolutionary cycle or evolutionary state or stage, Pluto's going to take it hard, pull it harder and harder from you. So the harder you hold on, if it's no longer good for you, Pluto's going to yank it and bring more chaos, more devastation, until you truly understand what's necessary in your evolutionary cycle at this time. Okay. Now let me go to the third of the planets, third of the water signs, and this is the one that we deal with probably the most, and this is where I want to bring a movie up, The Hangover, because I think this correlates to what we're dealing with. If you watch the movie, they woke up from a night of drinking, and all these chaotic events had occurred, and they just had pieces of each event. This is how the soul works. It comes to you in waves, and so the cleaner you are, the more pure your body is, and the calmer you are, the better the soul can operate. And the Hangover movie, I think, was by design because it's teaching us that we're actually going backwards to go through our soul's experiences to try to then bring forth what we have worked on to then truly evolve. And so with that movie and with what's happened with the Hangover and with what's happening to us, huge opportunities are here for you to, if you stay clean this summer, to like the movie The Hangover, as you get the pieces of the puzzle and you give yourself the space, you're going to figure out where you've gone, what you've done, what you've learned, who you are, who you were, and you're going to be able to piece this all together and catapult yourself evolutionary wise. The powers to be know this. This is a rare occurrence, and this is an unbelievable time this summer for us to awaken. I'm going to stop here and then go to the next video because I think I'm running out of time. So hope you can switch over and go to part 2.